Good morning, students. Today class we are going to discussing about the total probability and Bayes theorem. The first topic is total probability. Here we are only discussing about what is the fundamental definition for the total probability and what is the formula is available under total probability we are consider. We are not deriving any deviation for this. Here, how to obtain the total probability for an event. When you consider the total probability for a number of events we are having in one collection, how to obtain one event execution. For that, we are taken one collection. The entire collection we are calling a sample space S. In this one, we are treating one event is capital A, and remaining all events I am giving the numbers is a total is belongs to another event is B. Here I am giving the notation is B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6 up to you can represent in the all n numbers Bn. Here A and B both are having the same sample space. But here some of the events is colliding with A event, but all of the events is inside the S. Inside the S, according to the total probability, you have to writing the total probability of A event is the probability of A is equal to summation of n is equal to 1 to n P of A divided by the conditional event we are writing is a variable into P of Bn. P of Bn. By using this formula, we are able to finding the total probability of an event capital A. Here, how to finding the total probability for that? We can obtain this relation. We can take in the intersection between the normal event and a sample space. Normal event and sample space. We can see that in this box, the all events is mostly representing in terms of B, but A event is only that one single event. But here you can consider one relation between sample space and the normal event of A. Which one is higher? The sample space is containing the entire elements, but A is one of the event in this entire sample space. Here you can writing the relation between the A event and the sample space. I am taking the intersection. A intersection S is equal to, when out to take in the larger quantity and a small quantity, you can consider the intersection between these two quantities. What is the minimum quantity is that quantities appear whenever the two quantities can be lying in a single sample space. Based on the theory, we can writing the intersection of A and S, the value is a. The value is a. Suppose you can representing the S by using of collection of the B elements. Here I am representing the B elements 1 to n values. Just I am replacing here S position. There is A intersection. S is replacing with, can take in the summation n is equal to 1 to n, B is equal to A. Now we can take in the probability on both sides. Probability of A intersection summation n is equal to 1 to n, B is equal to probability of A. We can move in the summation for the probability. Can writing this entire functionality, summation of n is equal to 1 to n, is the probability of A intersection intersection. Here we are writing the bn is equal to p of a. Now you can representing this entire function in terms of conditional probability. You can take in the conditional probability the basic theorem. That one is probability of a given b n is equal to probability of a intersection bn divided by the conditional event is bn. In this one, our requirement is the numerator term. That's why I can moving this denominator to left hand side. Then the conditional probability is multiplying with denominator quantity. From this we are writing probability of a intersection bn is equal to probability of bn into the probability of a given bn. Then you can replacing where the quantity of p probability of a intersection bn is there, just you can replace with this quantity. Finally you can obtaining p of a is equal to summation n is equal to 1 to n is equal to 1 to n. What is the quantity here? Consider here the quantity is p of, first I am writing the conditional probability a given bn into probability of bn. Here b is a number of events. This one is calling the total probability is belongs to event a. Here just we are taking that the relation between the event a and a sample space, and the sample space quantity I am replacing with the second element is belongs to b. Here the b is a having the number of elements. The number of elements is starting from 1 to n. This all natural numbers is starting 1 to n. This can be representing like this. Then we are moving the summation outside of the probability notation. After that we are simplifying this one. Just we are writing outside of probability the summation representation n is equal to 1 to n, and probability of a intersection bn is equal to probability of a. Here this quantity we are replacing based on the conditional probability theorem. According to conditional probability theorem, what is the term we are having? This one, the total term we are replacing with this quantity. Just you can write in this quantity, we are getting the total probability formula. This one is a total probability formula. Here this example is totally based on the total probability theorem. That's why I am deriving this derivation part. Suppose we can using the Bayes theorem, the entire equation can be changing in terms of its conditional probability. Here this equation can be representing the total probability. Suppose you can representing this entire function in terms of conditional. Suppose you can take in that Bayes theorem. According to Bayes theorem, we are writing the probability of a conditional event, the probability of a given bn. Is equal to summation of n is equal to 1 to n. What is the conditional probability? Here consider to left side, the quite opposite event we are considered to right hand side. That one is the probability of bn by a into the conditional event. Here the normal event you can treating as a conditional event divided by what is the event you have to consider in a denominator. It one is representing the conditional event. That value I am representing here. Probability of a. It's a probability of bn. Like this. Here this example is totally based on the total probability theorem. In this one, he has given the two boxes. The first box is containing some balls. In that balls, we are having the two white balls and three black balls. And second box is containing three white and four black balls. But he is asking, what is the probability of drawing a white ball? Drawing a white ball. This one is we are simplifying by using the total probability theorem. That's why I'm removing this one. Okay, coming to the solution of this problem, here he is given the two boxes. First of all, you can write in that what is the given data. The given data is given two boxes, first box and second box. First and second. In first box, we are having the two white balls, and three black balls. In second box, it is containing three white balls and four black balls. Here you need to apply the total probability theorem. We must calculating what is the selection of a first box and what is the probability for the selection of a second box. Here first I am writing the probability for selecting first box. For selecting the first box is equal to, here the first box selection I am taking the event is P of B1. P of B1 is equal to, we are having two boxes, among these two at a time we are selecting the one. The same formula we are applying here, the probability formula, the desired outcome divided by the total possible outcomes. Here our desired outcome is having only one chance. The total chances are 2. The desired chance is 1. The value is a 1 by 2. Why? We are having the two events. Similarly, we can writing the probability for selecting the second box. Here I am giving the notation is B2. B2 is equal to the same thing here you can writing here. That one is the total possible outcomes is 2 and desired outcome is 1. That's why you can got the values 1 by 2. Now you need to find the conditional probability for a first box and second box. First I am writing the selected ball is a white from a box 1. The selecting white ball from box 1. Here I am giving the notation is the white ball is unique one, that's why I am writing the white, and this ball is getting from first box, that's why I am writing the conditional event is B1. The probability of white given B1 is equal to how many white balls is available in a box 1. We are having the two white balls, totally 5 balls is available. Among these 5, our desired value is 2. That's why I'm writing the two balls we are selecting 1, that's why you can writing 2C1 divided by the total number of balls in box 1 is 5. 2 by 5. Similarly, you can writing the selecting ball is a white from a box 2. Selecting white ball from box 2. For this one you can writing the probability, the conditional probability is white, the box is 2. We can writing that how many white balls is available in box 2. In this box, we are having 3 white balls and 4 black balls. Totally 7 balls is available. Among the 7, can having the selection is say 3. Among the 3 at a time, you can selecting the 1 ball. That's why you can writing the number of white balls divided by the total balls is 7. Is 7. Now you can give the solution for this by using the total probability theorem. According to total probability theorem, we have to use in this formula. Now I am writing for getting the white ball. For getting the white ball, the probability, the total probability formula is n is equal to 1. How many trials you can consider? We are having the 2 boxes. That's why you can take in that 1 to 2. The summation range is 1 to 2. You can representing the white ball under condition event. Under condition event into the probability of the condition event. Probability of condition event. The same formula you are writing here, but you can changing the parameter of white ball indication. Otherwise, you can take in that formula as it is. What is the formula? You know that regarding to total probability as it is, you can write it, but you can take in that what is the values are available on this example. Now I am substituting the quantities. What are the quantities available under white ball category and box selection category? Here you can expanding the summation. So probability of W is equal to, I am taking the one value, that one is probability of white given B1 into probability of B1. Probability of B1 plus probability of white given B2 into probability of B2. Just you can substitute in the quantities. What is the quantities we are having for regarding to the probability of white by B1 and probability of B1 plus probability of white given B2 into probability of B2. Already these quantities we are finding. Now I am substituting the quantities. The first quantity is probability of W by B1. The quantity is 2 by 5 into probability of B1. Probability of B1 is 1 by 2 plus, and probability of W divided by B2, the value is 3 by 7. 3 by 7, and probability of B2, the quantity is 1 by 2. 1 by 2. Now we can simplify these quantities. The first is 2 divided by 10 plus 3 divided by 14. 3 divided by 14. Here you can cancel 2, so 5 times. 1 by 5 plus 3 by 14. 3 by 14. Now you can take in the LCM for these two denominators. The LCM is 70. Here 70 is cancelling, so 5 is cancelled the 14 times. That's why we can take in the 14 plus 5 3s is the 15. Totally the value is 29 divided by 70. 29 divided by 70. This quantity can be representing the total probability for getting a white ball from these two boxes. Coming to the next one. In this problem, he is given the data is relating to factory. First of all, I am reading that what is the data is available in this one. The 20% of boards is produced in a factory found to be defective. Find the probability that in a sample of 10 boards chosen at random, exactly 2 will be defective by using binomial distribution is the first one, and second one is Poisson approximation to binomial distribution. In this one, he is giving the data is the 20% of bolts produced in a factory is a defective. In that, he is selecting 10 samples randomly From these 10 samples, exactly 2 will be defective. What is the distribution is having by using the binomial as well as Bayesian? First of all, I'm writing that what is the data is given in this problem. %20 is defective balls. Here the defective balls is a successive probability. The given data defective balls, it can be representing is a successive probability P is equal to 20%. You can writing in terms of normal value, so 20 divided by 100, the quantity is a 0.2. From this quantity, you need to find the failure probability by using the relation of the successive probability plus failure probability is equal to 1. From this, Q is equal to 1 minus P. 1 minus P value is 0.2. Then you can take in the 0.2, the quantity is 0.8. The failure probability Q is equal to 0.8. Then what he is asking, he is taking the 10 samples. The number of samples is equal to 10. Exactly 2 defective. What is the distribution for a binomial and the distribution for a Bayesian? Based on this data, I am taking the first one is a binomial. For that, first of all, I am writing the binomial distribution function formula. Is a distribution for a binomial is f(x) of x is equal to summation of k is equal to 0 to n minus 1 nck p power k q power n minus k u of x minus k. In this one, he is given the number of trials as 10, and k value is also is mentioning the k value is a 2, and p value is already we are defining from a given data, and q value is also obtaining. Now you need to substitute the quantities, but what is asking exactly 2. That's you can writing the probability at exact 2 is equal to, here we are not consider the entire summation. Why? Because he is asking exact 2 quantity, what is the distribution value. That's why I'm writing that the number of samples is 10, C, the k value is 2, p value is 0.2 whole square, and q value is 0.8 whole power, n value is 10 minus k value is 2, and step function is a u of x minus k value is 2. In next step, we can simplify these quantities is a 10 into 9 divided by 1 into 2 into 0.2 whole square. Here it's a 0.8 whole power 8. And what about the step function? When I have to consider the step function, the step is starting from x is equal to 2. Why? What is the quantities available under this braces? The quantity can equating to 0. From that, you can simply say that the step is starting from 2 to infinite. In between these values, the quantity is having the constant magnitude. That's why the entire quantity you can treating as a unity. Why? Because the magnitude of the step here you can consider unity. That's why you can, what is the remaining numerical values is available, you can simplify it. Finally you can got the value is 2 5 times 45 into 0.2 whole square to 0.8 whole power 8. You can simplifying this one, we are finally getting the round of value for this distribution. Similarly, by using the Poisson distribution, we can give the solution for this one. Here I am writing the Poisson distribution formula. Point B is for exact 2. First of all, I am writing the distribution function is fx of x is equal to summation k is equal to 0 to n minus 1, 0 to n minus 1 e power minus lambda into lambda power k divided by k factorial. Here we are representing step function. Why? Because it is a distribution u of x minus k, u of x minus k. Here we are obtaining the lambda is n into p, n into p. First of all, you can find the lambda quantity. Lambda is equal to n into p. The n value is 10 and p value is 0.2. The total quantity is 2. Now you can substituting the entire values. Before going to that, you can writing the probability at exact 2. The probability for exact 2 elements is equal to e power lambda value is minus 2 into 2 power k value is 2 times, that's why I am writing the square, divided by 2 factorial, into u of x minus 2, u of x minus 2. Here what is the step function we are having in this formula? The step value entirely can consider unity. Now you can simplify this one. The 2 factorial value is also 2, that's why you can cancelling the 2 factorial and power of 2. You can writing 2 into e power minus 2. Here the step function value is unity. You can writing 2 into e power minus 2. E power minus 2. You are able to find the exponential values, the power of minus 2, then you can multiplying with the 2 quantity, we have got the finalized value for this Poisson distribution function. In this problem, what we are discussing, the totally is giving that defective elements. From this defective elements, he is asking, we are able to find the binomial distribution and Poisson distribution. What we can do that here, first of all, you can writing what is the given data is available from this problem. Then we can writing the basic formula of binomial distribution. Then you can substituting what is the quantities is available in our given data. Then you can finally representing the finalized distribution of binomial. Similarly, for the second point, we need to write the Poisson distribution formula. Then you can substituting that what is the quantities is available in our given data. The total values we are substituting in this one. Finally, we are obtaining the desired distribution for Poisson.